do anything all by yourself at Disney. We had a team of the most creative people I've ever worked with there,
Wow.
and I still enjoy looking back on that experience. I worked there for from 1980 to 1982, about 2.5 years as a consultant, but I held a line position in the company and reported to a fellow named Mark Fuller, who owns a company now called Wet, and they make, he and Alan Robinson, who's another guy I worked with, were some of the most creative people I've ever known. And enjoyed, we discovered a lot of new ways to make fountain effects at Disney in those days.
So tell us about the leapfrog fountain, the laminar stream, and then the waterfall.
The leapfrog fountain was discovered, like a lot of things that are inventions. We were on the way to try to make a laminar stream that was lit by laser from the inside. The ripple effect on the outside of the stream as it went through the air caused the light to come out and make the stream glow. So I was trying to do a liquid rainbow, and we were running this laminar stream in a pool. It was near laminar, but not as good as a leapfrog stream. But somebody hit it with their elbow, and we saw this stream break and fly through the air. And we were looking to do imaginative fountains at that time, and it turns out that was a big breakthrough. We began working on the laminar stream fountain, and we had a little trouble being able to cut the stream, but we finally did it with fluidics, which was popular in the 1960s as a technical experiment. They even made some liquid computers with it in those days. But we used a small stream hitting a larger stream to split it. And we caught the split stream in a shroud. And that was the only way we could cut the stream without causing a ripple that would destroy it in flight. It was quite a development. And today it's still running as well as it did back in the early 1980s.
And in fact, Ron, I'm just going to tell our listeners they can see this and experience the leaping laminar stream at Epcot,
yes. If you go into Epcot and go to Imagination Park, and you mentioned one other item, the upside down waterfall.
Yeah.
Which has become quite famous as well. We did that. We did 5 imaginative fountains there in Imagination Park. The jellyfish fountain, called jellyfish because as it goes up in the air, the water spreads out into, looks like a jellyfish. And then there's the leapfrog fountain, the upside down waterfall, and what we call the pop jets. Maybe those are the most famous, four of the most famous fountains at Disney.
That's incredible. And, I'm just amazed. I mean, I am familiar with some of those and I've seen those, but, when you look on your website of ideationinstitute.com, and people, you can get a hold of Ron at ideationinstitute.com, you'll see that he's there's a whole bunch of his inventions, things like the boat bobber, the 100-ton boat lift, the body fat calipers, a portable paper towel dispenser, the some kind of a special pooper scooper, a portable sponge shower, and I mean, all kinds of things that have to do very often with, as we described earlier, either water and compression, and one of your trailer hitch, for example, has to do with compression and lifting and using your engineering and your inventiveness to create all these things. Now, with your book, in the short time we have left, 15 minutes for the mouse, and you based the title on Mickey Mouse and the Golden Triangle, and then shared quite a number of techniques for creativity. You want to share one or two of those with us?
Okay, well, the title of the book came up from a conversation I had. We were having trouble with developing a laminate stream, a really good one at Disney. And I did a search all over the world to find out the best way to do it, including Russia. And finally, one day I went for a walk in the Galleria there in Glendale. I saw a book, said to search for solution. And I opened it up and I couldn't believe it. There was an illustration of a stream shooting into a fluid, and it said courtesy, a laminar stream, said courtesy of Paul Demotakis, California Institute of Technology. I called and I had trouble getting hold of Paul. He's a very, very busy guy. And I finally got friendly with his secretary, and she said, "Will you call at a certain time in the morning, and I'll put you through to him." Well, I did that. I finally got Paul on the phone, and he said, I told him I was trying to get a laminar stream, and I was working for Disney, and he said, well, I don't have time to work with you. I'm doing all of this work on jet engines and jet propulsion laboratories. And today, by the way, he's the chief scientist of JPL, Jet Propulsion Laboratories.
Oh.
And he's in charge of these shots for other planets. But he's an amazing guy. And I said, well, I appreciate all you're doing for the national defense, but you have to have 15 minutes for Mickey Mouse. And that got him.
Right.
And he said, okay, come on over. I'll spend 15 minutes with you, and we'll talk about it. So I went over there, and the 15 minutes stretched out to about 4.5 hours we spent together, and it was really a wonderful experience. He gave me a sixth-order polynomial that would give me the shape that I needed to control the water to make the laminar stream. And we became great friends over time. He's one of my friends today.
That's amazing.
I'm really happy to have that friendship. So, and he talks about that in his resumes that he hands out. So he was finally proud to have worked for Disney.
He was a convert. Well, and we're working with you specifically. So Ron, believe it or not, we are just about out of time. So I might have to have you back to share with us what's in the 15 minutes for the Mouse book. But I do want to make sure that if people want to get a hold of you, either for consulting services, for product development, or even speaking on product development and creativity, that they can find you at www.ideationinstitute, that's IDEA, I-D-E-A, ideationinstitute.com, or you can email Ron at ron@ideationinstitute.com. So just as we finish up here, Ron, what's something that maybe you never will actually create it because it's not in your bailiwick, but if you could invent one thing that would be cool in this world and solve a problem, what might that be?
Well, I've been working recently on a pet project. It's called Porta Potty, and it's a low-cost mobility chair.
Oh.
It's good for not only handicapped, but for anyone who doesn't, or maybe even the lazy who want to get around. And that's been my latest project. It's very low cost compared to competition, which there is a lot of. So that's been my heartfelt effort for about 2 years. I've worked on that.
Wow.
And I'm going to the other side of the state to meet with some people that might want to build it and sell it. So I don't start companies anymore. I'm getting a little too long in the tooth for that, but I still enjoy developing products.
Awesome. Well, I always enjoy my time with you, and I so appreciate the huge and ripple effect impact you've made in so many areas of our life that we aren't even aware of, and just for being such a big soul and a kind heart. Ron Sargent, thank you for being here today.
Well, thank you, Donna. Appreciate it, and see you soon.
All right. And I want to thank our listeners as well. You can tune in at sobradionetwork.com and hear some of the archived shows. Also tune in to my website, gamechangerthinking.com, or send me an email, donna@gamechangerthinking.com. Look forward to next week. Thanks for being here. And do remember, the life you live is the legacy you leave. Bye now.